Hoka, hey, and good day, Alita Army. This is the Alita live stream of July the 30th, 2021. Why is Alita so special? Where we discuss all things to do with the movie Alita Battle Angel, the source manga Gundam, and the desired sequels. I am your host, the Muskoka Creek. Our co-host is Angelus, actually, from Brisbane and Queensland, Australia. And we also have a guest with us, Do Not Stand By. He's also from Denver. And he's joining us today. Donnie, you sound like you got a cold there, Angelus.
Oh, I didn't realize it still came through.
Oh, yeah. So how's it going?
Going pretty good.
Nice. How's that new job doing?
Well, I'll wait until after I get paid and
then we'll see. Yeah.
Start putting it towards more Alita merch again. Yeah.
You betcha. Yeah. Anyway, Do Not Stand By is also from Denver, and I think you do not. Yeah, I think you have your mic muted there. Do Not Stand By. So I tried to unmute you, and it wouldn't let me.
Oh yeah, I got it unmuted now.
Oh, okay. So anyway, you've been on the stream before, right?
Yes, I have.
Yeah, okay. So we don't need to do too many on the introductions here. So anyway, we want to talk about today why Alita is so special, and she definitely is special, and we all know that. So anyway, just a few things there about Alita. We had a similar stream about this in the past, although we wanted to concentrate a little bit more on just her personality and maybe some of the traits that support that personality, which makes her special. So, of course, I think all of us here on the stream agree that, and I know Angelus and I agree on that first bullet there. She definitely has that ooh factor going for her. Anything else, either Angelus or Do Not Stand By? What do you think about Alita? What makes her special for you?
Oh, sorry. Mainly because I guess what I see in anything that I like or am inspired by is that I either see a piece of myself in that person or property, or they display something that I want to see in myself, or that I strive towards, I should say.
Yeah.
And Alita is a combination of both.
Yeah. Yes, she is. She's very much a combination of it. What about you, Do Not Stand By? What is it about Alita that kind of, gets you going for our girl?
Yeah, as I mentioned before at our last live stream, I was away from my daughter when I saw Alita in the theaters, and it really affected me strongly because I missed my daughter, and I could see some of the elements of Ito and Alita's relationship and my own relationship with my daughter. But yes, I see a lot in Alita that I wish for myself, to be more determined and more courageous and more sincere. And she's not afraid of offending people, and she's even not afraid of offending Ito, her father figure, when she's determined to do something about bringing justice to the world. And I think that her story in the 2-hour movie, I think it was told better than I've seen anywhere else in any other movie, of the character who went from waking up with no memory of who she was before, being in a tragic situation, and making the most of it, and really rising beyond her circumstances, and then facing tragedy again at the end, but being determined in the end to make things right.
Yeah, it is very much a father-daughter relationship, isn't it? I mean, and even to the point to where they don't agree, they especially from Alita's standpoint, you really see that teenage, that teenage attitude come out a couple of times, particularly when she was in her doll body. And I think we've talked about this on a couple of streams before, that it seems like, I don't know if it's her brain chemistry or what it is, but if she's in that doll body, she is very much a teenager. When she gets in that berserker body, it's like she grows up overnight almost. You know, it's like she's an adult now. You know, and I would say in that berserker body, she's still young. You know, I mean, she's probably in her early 20s at this point, maybe 19 or something like that. But I think she's definitely in her early 20s in her berserker body. Whereas in her doll body, she's like 14, you know. So do you guys see it the same way?
Yeah, I think from the cybernetic standpoint, it makes sense because the doll body doesn't respond to her. She's just forced to have to deal with it. While the berserker body was designed for her, it responds to her. So it's become more of her true self.
Yeah, it certainly does. And Jelissa, I know you said you see a lot of you in Alita, or maybe a lot of her traits kind of translate over to you, and that's probably why you've seen it so many times like the rest of us. But what else is it about her? I mean, why has her traits translated over to you? Do you have any thoughts about that? And yeah.
No, I'm here. I just was about to speak and then was going to cough, so I muted myself.
Okay.
But I know on one of the Radio Chaos episodes where we compared Alita to the Ninja Turtles, and I have to do that here as well to touch on that.
Absolutely.
And like I said, there's no other, I guess, reason. I mean, just the way that, like, not many characters invoke that sort of emotion, I guess, in me. Not many movies have done that, not many properties. And that's expanding from, like, the characters, like I said, except for the Ninja Turtles prior to that. I mean, I've seen other movies that I've loved. I mean, I've heard music that I sort of gets me pumped, but nothing like this. And expanding a little bit on the music, there's certain bands that I've heard as well, but you know, nothing will compare to like some of the bands that I consider my top 4 sort of thing. And I guess this is a part where I start becoming at a loss for words of what makes it so special. In fact, that's another fact in of itself. You can start listing off reasons, but eventually you'll stop, or you run out of reasons, and yet you'll feel like you haven't even begun to scratch the surface.
Yeah.
And like I said, not many things can do that for me. The only other ones being, like I said, the Ninja Turtles.
Yeah.
And like the best example I can give is when I first, I guess, started falling for the Turtles was back when I was a kid and I was really heavily into my martial arts. There were a lot of things that sort of like were fighting based TV shows and stuff like that. And see, I'm more lost for words again. But yeah, there was a lot of shows that were fighting based. I'm trying to think, Power Rangers, for example. But shows like that, as awesome as they were to me back as a kid, nothing like the Ninja Turtles, and none of them have stood the test of time. Because let's just say I'm, starting to haven't reached a halfway point yet, but you know, I'm definitely double digits in age now. Physically, anyway. Mentally, I'm probably still back in the single digits. But
you're not alone there, Angelus.
Yeah, I know. Dizzy's probably like single digits in both physical and mental age.
Well, I'm talking about the Creek. The Creek is the Creek's probably 18 in his mind, I guess.
That's true.
Yeah.
And like I said, none have stood the test of time. And yeah, beyond that, that's where, like I said, that's when it starts getting difficult for me to really pin down, because I've heard of Alita before. I've seen the anime, which I thought it kind of made me sniffle a little bit, especially at the ending.
Yeah.
In fact, we've still seen the movie. The ending's almost practically frame for frame the same as the movie, same as the manga as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I cried a little bit because I was only a kid back then.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I said, the best way I can put it is the movie was a missing link. It not only bridged the gap, but it was a contemporary retelling of the story without any of the controversies, let's put it that way. And that just really hits home for me.
Yeah, I think for me, as I kind of, once again, we all know that Alita is a fictional character, and there's no problem there. And we all love her still. But I mean, for me, I think I kind of view her like I would view a niece, and I think I've said this on a couple of streams before. But I think what I like about her is that she can kind of be like if I was her uncle, as her Uncle Gary, or Uncle Creek, if you want to think of it. She can be so sweet, and all that kind of stuff is a niece. But then, man, if you get on her wrong side, or she feels like there's a threat, then she's going to come after, and she's going to protect. She's going to definitely, and that's when it's a good thing, to have her with some of those traits down at the bottom. And I think that typing is kind of messing me up there, Angelus. I'm going to mute you for just a second.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway, yeah, I mean, if it hadn't been for Alita in the movie, then Ito would have been history, because there's no way he would have beat those three cyborgs by himself. And Alita, and you have to keep in mind that she had only been with Ito for maybe 2 days, and she already had formed that bond with him as like a father and daughter bond right there already, and that protective instinct, I think, was what gets me about her too. I know Den's not going to be with us tonight. He had something else he had to do, but Angelus and I kind of teased Den sometime about Alita, being the better waifu than Android 18, and you guys have all heard us talk about that in the past. But I think about her as a waifu is not so much that her, her looks or her uwu or whatever. I think it's just her protective nature. If she cares about someone and that person is threatened, all hell's going to break loose with her. I mean, she is not going to tolerate that, and I think those three cyborgs in the alley found that out really fast, and she just literally she took them out, and that was in her doll body,
I think what was really special about that situation versus similar situations in other movies was that Alita was actually originally there to try to protect Ito from himself. She was worried that he was actually the murderer of all the young women, and that she had to jump down and stop him from using the rocket hammer because she thought that he was going to take that Missiana out. It was only when she realized that it was a trap and they were all surrounded that she suddenly snapped to, oh no, this is a situation where I'm trying to protect Ito from himself. a situation where I have to protect Ito from all these creeps. And yeah, it's just an amazing transition for her to realize that this is a much more dangerous world than she even realized, and that she has to do something to make things right and protect the people that she cares about.
Yeah, exactly. I just wanted to comment on Dizzy B. Yeah, it is. Yeah, Grandma Alita is more my style. Instead of being a niece, I mean, yeah, I would think Grandma Alita would be a waifu. Absolutely, because it definitely. Now we have to remember though, is that Alita, even when she was in that doll body, I mean, she was over 300 years old. So it's kind of like that one scene. If anybody's ever seen the Justice League, the Snyder Cut. And I don't want to, give that one away because I've watched it twice, and I don't like it as much as Alita, obviously. But there was a scene in there where the Flash and I guess Cyborg were talking about. Flash asked Cyborg about, do you think that Diana, in other words, Wonder Woman, would go after a younger guy like me? And he looked at her and he said to her, every guy is a younger guy because she was, a few thousand years old herself, So, but yeah, Diz, yeah, Grandma Alita is definitely my style. Now once again, she's also a fictitious character, so that's cool though. It's fun to kind of have fun with that, and just kind of joke around with it. So that's pretty cool. Anybody that wants to join in on the stream, here's the link. All you got to do is click on it, and you can come join in the conversation about Alita.
Yeah, I think her being 300 years old is another special aspect of her character, that she's an old soul, but she's an old soul that has no memory of her past life. And she's living a life that she never lived before. She never had the upbringing of a caring father figure, and she never had strong relationships with other people other than being comrades in a war. So this is a very new and different thing for her to feel the emotions of growing up and really having strong family bonds and connections with other people.
Yeah, we've talked about that in, I think we talked about this in a Radio Chaos stream a couple of weeks ago, where, her military training, when she was in the military, kind of especially prepared her for that life in Iron City. Now, granted, it's like you say, do not stand by. She doesn't remember, or at least doesn't have a lot of that cognitive memory going for her, but she does have a lot of what we humans would call muscle memory. And she does have some kind of instinctive, kind of remembrance of some things, particularly that fighting style. She definitely has that, going for her. And that's one of the things I kind of love about her too, And we just got joined by good old Maxie. How's it going, Max?
Trying to wake up, man.
Yeah, you guys in Straya got a lot of, gets pretty early, doesn't it?
Well, not as stupidly early as last week. I didn't even get here last week.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah. So.
Now I remember. One of the points that that's appealing.
Yeah.
I think appealing is the closest word I can think of at this time of day. That isn't on here is something that I just forgotten again. So continue.
Well, go for it. Yeah, go for it. No problem.
No, he's forgotten again.
Oh, he forgot it again. Well, the creek can definitely leave stuff off of a slide. I've done that before. So anyway, Maxie, what is it about Alita that, we've talked, the three of us have already said our piece about that, and what is it that you find in her that's, that's kind of translates over to you or makes her so special to you?
Well, she's a character that has a lot of traits that you find. Now I'm having trouble with words. Damn it! What did you do, Angelus?
It must be something down in Straya that gets you guys going.
Not enough caffeine in the system yet.
Oh, that's why it doesn't work, because I haven't had my daily pineapple yet.
Oh, Lordy.
He hasn't installed his brain yet. Pineapple brain.
Yes.
Well, she has characteristics that people find laudable. You everyone would like to have the perseverance that she has, and the sense of will, and when she acts. There's no doubts. She just gets on with it, and
Yes.
doesn't always work. But
Yeah.
and she does have moments where she doubts herself, but they're few and far between. They're far less than a normal person, which, I think a lot of people would like to be able to move through life the way she does, and to have the power to back up what she's trying to do. I think a lot of people would like to have that as well. But she also has a lot of characteristics that you find attractive, as in you don't necessarily want to be like that, but you're attracted to that. So I mean, the looks, the mannerisms, the optimisticness at the beginning, that sort of gets beaten out of her. But thank you, Iron City. That's what you're like.
Yes.
But all through that, a lot of other people would have given up, and a couple of times she does feel like giving up, but she finds the strength to move on because of the people around her, and people like Figure Four, and not so much Hugo. I mean, Hugo was puppy love. That was kind of doomed to failure, I think.
Yeah, I think so. I've said many times on the stream, I don't really like Hugo that much. I mean, Hugo, I guess he came around toward the end, where he, where he decided he wasn't going to jack cyborgs anymore because he loved Alita, which was cool, But that guy, trying to make that deal with Vector, even after he saw those grind cutters, that Gorishka had, that to me really bothered me a lot when I saw the movie the very first time, And he already kind of was, when I saw him, I thought, oh, what a whelp, that's what I thought, But I was willing to give him a chance up until then, So you would have thought that after he saw those grind cutters on Grishka, he would have his whole persona would have changed, and he would have been, just enraged, that those grind cutters are going to be tried to be used to kill her, And to me, that would have, if it would have been me, if I'd have been him, that would have enraged me, So, but I think one of the things about her too is, I think I've. One of the things I've said in past streams that when I go to a powerlifting event, I channel her. I always hearken back to that scene where she's in the locker room with Ito, and she's just kind of, I won't say happy-go-lucky, but it's like I'm going to do this thing, and it's really like no big deal, and
it's going to be dangerous, but it's okay because
exactly, and of course now
she has this purpose. That there's a purpose in her that is it's like a light that can't be put out.
Actually, you took the words out of my mouth. That's exactly what it is. I mean, it's almost like kind of like a basal acceptance of reality, isn't it? I mean, she's there in the moment, and she's going to deal with it. I mean, that's kind of the way I see her. And we could all learn from that, I think.
But there's also a underlying emotional fragility that you just want to protect. And that draws a lot of guys in, actually, the desire to protect. And I think as a character, she's very well rounded in that you feel drawn to her, you want to protect her, but you also admire her. So it's got all the things.
Yeah, exactly. You going to say something? Do not stand by.
Yeah, I was just going to say that I was also impressed by that scene where she was so happy when she saw that Ito was on her side, so much that he handcrafted those skates for her.
Yeah.
She was so happy and so overjoyed about it, in stark contrast to how angry she was when Ito wouldn't connect her with the Berserker body in the beginning.
Yeah.
But that expression of emotion, that ability to show her heart on her sleeve, that really makes her an endearing character.
Oh,
More than most characters who usually are like a blank slate that the audience is supposed to put themselves in the shoes of.
Yeah.
With Alita, you oftentimes aren't in her shoes. You're admiring how noble and how emotionally vulnerable she is, despite all of her power.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's a good observation right there, and to also to Maxie's point too, where he was saying how most guys are drawn in and they want to protect her and all that stuff. I know I've said on a prior stream, that when I said it to just today too, it's kind of like I view her like a niece, and the fact that at the very end, when she's in front of the mirror, and that little tear comes down and all that, as a kind of like putting myself in a place of being her Uncle Creek, which by the way, I'm going to be here in about, when I'm 614 years old, I will be her Uncle Creek. But anyway,
planned it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Got to eat a lot of flan, I guess. But anyway,
you're going to have to eat a lot of cruciferous vegetables.
I think so. Yeah, I have to eat a lot of something, I guess. But anyway, maybe pineapple pizza, right, Angelus? But anyway, I've said, that at that very ending there, that I just wanted to hug her, but realizing that's not what she wants right then. She's got that second up from the last bullet. She is going to get Nova. And I would say if she was a real character and I was there, my reaction would be, I'm going to help you get him. That would also be my reaction. So.
Well, I like how Ito changed in his relationship with her, in that he was protective at first, but then by the end he was telling her that you shouldn't feel sorry for yourself. You're the only one who's built for this. Yes. And that's the first time she calls him father, when he gives her the approval to go and meet the danger in order to do something that nobody else can do.
Yeah, it's almost like it's like a very basic or basal kind of appreciation, isn't it? I mean, I think the bond really deepened when when he said that to her and she said, "Thank you, Father." I mean, golly, that right there moved me. So. So any other thoughts about her? I mean,
yeah, I finally remember what I was going to say before.
Nice.
That I realized that what wasn't even on the list is she's perfect in her imperfections.
Yes.
And that again leads back to what I said earlier about what I like her traits that we wish, well, I won't say that we wish we could see in ourselves, but that as human beings we try to emulate. I mean, and there's nothing wrong with like trying, and if you succeed, then all the more power to you.
Yeah.
I mean, just like all those traits that we talked about earlier, specifically, like to sum it all up, she still makes mistakes. She's still not perfect.
Yeah. Well, you certainly get that. You get that feeling reading the manga, don't you? Certainly.
She's perfect in her imperfection.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Well, one could say that she was imperfect and that she was so angry when Tanji knocked her down, and then she got him back for it. You could say that was a bit. It was just out of vengeance. But on the other hand, the way that she was able to stand up for herself and show that she could stand up to bullying. On the other hand, you could see it as a perfect imperfection. You certainly wouldn't want kids taking revenge on each other like that on the streets, but in that particular circumstance, it just seems like the right thing to do.
Yeah. Well, one of the things about Iron City, is that, in that story, there are no police, and the only law is the factory. So it's kind of like, you got to do for yourself or you're going to get done. That's what's going to happen. And in that particular case, I think, I certainly see why she, would take vengeance, or where she would go after like Vector, and at the very end there, I mean, in that situation where there is no law and order per se, except hunter warriors, yeah, that's an appropriate reaction, I think. Now, I'm like you, do not stand by. I don't think, that people should take law in their own hands and stuff like that. I definitely don't think that. But you got to think of the circumstance too. You can't just cow down every time something someone is kind of pushing you around, or they're threatening you or something like that in a very real physical way. You got to take action, and she does not hesitate to do that, which is another thing I really like about her. She, if something's going south, man, she's going to make it go north as fast as she can. So that's what I think.
Yeah, I think that goes back to what you were saying about her military training actually prepared her for being in Iron City, because Iron City is essentially lawless, and there's no police and there's no authorities that are going to come and save you, and you have to take justice into your own hands. So there was that controversial scene where she stabbed Vector at the end.
Yeah.
And in that circumstance, though, what else could she do? I mean, it's not like she could sue Vector. It's not like she could go to the courts and have Vector arrested and brought to justice.
Yeah.
So what other means did she have to protect Hugo in that circumstance?
Yeah, there was no court, was there? I mean, and there certainly probably weren't any lawyers running around, which, I don't know, maybe a good thing. No, I'm kidding. But yeah, you're right. There is no law and order. So, I guess you just have to do what you got to do, We've talked about this on prior streams too, her determination and perseverance. I mean, she is very human, isn't she? I mean, even though she's 95% plus machine, her whole way she deals, 99%. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. She is very human, isn't she? I mean, she is as close to being an android as being one as you can be without being one. But she's still, and I think that's one of the things I really like about her. Is she is, I mean, she behaves so human, and she has feelings for others and stuff like that. I like that little dog. I mean, that's a perfect human reaction, to give that. Of course, now if it was the creek, and I was eating a falafel like she was doing, I wouldn't just give that dog the whole falafel. I'd tear a piece off and give it to him. But I guess that goes to the fact she didn't know, or she maybe forgot, oh yeah, the dog doesn't eat the whole thing. I eat the falafel. So, but yeah, she's very, very, she's very human. That's about the best way I can put it.
Well, I'd contrast her with like the real androids of sci-fi, like Blade Runner.
Yeah.
They're struggling with how much humanity they have, or if they're more human than the humans are. I think that in the case of Alita, she never doubts her humanity. She's fully in her humanity, and it's not like she's struggling with being human. What she's struggling with is the inhumanity of her surroundings, of the world that she's in.
Yeah.
The inhumanity of also her original life when she was a child soldier.
Yeah, she is kind of a enigma in some ways, right? She's like especially in that doll body, she's like a teenager, but she's also an old soul. So it's kind of a weird combination, that she still handles pretty well, I think. But yeah, I mean, she's exactly that, I mean, a 300-year-old teenager. I mean, think about how odd that is. That is very odd,
Well, we'd like to hear from an expert, Creaky.
Oh well,
You're like
yeah. I
600
guess.
years old, but you're
Well,
still
I'm not. Yeah,
18.
I'm not 300 years old, but yeah, I wouldn't say I'm a teenager, but definitely. I believe in trying to work out and stuff like that, and just staying in shape. And I don't actually think about age. I really don't. I just I get up and do my thing every day. I got to work, just like everybody else, and I try to have fun. I really enjoy the fandom too. That's one of the things that the Alita Army is kind of like my extended family. So, but yeah, that's yeah. I guess you could say I tell when I teach classes, I tell my students that I'm a lot older than I look. So, and I hope that's true. So, so
Just touching on what you said about how you felt about the fandom. Nice segue into the next point there.
yeah, yeah. She. Yeah, that is well. Now this is kind of not part of the movie. Bringing the Alita Army together. I mean, I've been part of one other fandom in my life, and that's been the Star Trek, stove. I was, basically a Trekkie, and I kind of knew all there was to know about Star Trek, at least the original series, and even the Next Generation. But fandoms back in the '80s and before that, weren't like today because we didn't have social media, so you might hang out with some folks that, were Star Trek fans and stuff like that, and you might get on a bulletin board, which is kind of an old thing, but back in the '80s, there'd be bulletin boards, that you could post on stuff like that, but it was nothing like today, and today, so many of us interact with each other almost like we were, family or friends, and which we are, So, and I think that's a really neat thing about the Alita Army. I think that, and I know Rido and I have talked about this a couple of times when I go to North Carolina. I take him and Cran out for dinner, and a couple of beers, that we both agreed, all three of us agreed that the Alita Army is kind of like extended family, it's like a big family. So, and that's that's kind of a good thing, I think.
Not something that you get in, yeah, it's not the kind of thing that you get anywhere else, let alone within a fandom specifically.
Yeah.
Like you wouldn't get that strong a bond within a sports club or like a collectors club, whether it be like through cards or anything else really.
Yeah. Well, and I have been part of, groups like I'm a Denver Bronco fan, American football, and I'm a Florida Gator fan, but that's a little different, I think, because I think what makes the Alita Army different in one way is that, year after year, your football team's going to play. Now, they may not win, they may not win the Super Bowl, or they may not win the college football national championship. They may not win that, but you can really, they're going to play every year and you get to cheer for them and stuff like that. And, if you do go to, a sports bar or something like that, you'll run into other, fans that, you can cheer with and all that kind of stuff. But with the Alita Army, we're struggling to get a sequel, And by the way, folks, we are going to get a goddamn sequel. We're going to. Okay. So that's all I got to say about that. But you think about it, it's going to be, it's something, it's almost like you're dealing with an uncertainty, And
yeah, I think the difference in our Alita Army versus being football fans is that as a football fan, you accept that other people aren't going to be fans of your team. They might live in another city. They might root for another team. And you accept that people aren't going to like football. Not everybody's going to like football. So
Right.
You accept that there's going to be a certain subset of people, and it's big enough to be able to support football. But for movies, it's different. You want it to be as appealing to as many people as possible.
Yes.
You want as many people to give it a chance and to to see if they might like it. You don't just accept, oh, okay, well, these guys just aren't sci-fi fans. They're just not into this kind of movie. You want people to give it a chance and to see if maybe they also are touched by Alita's story like so many of us are.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, well, you know, Angelus and Maxie can tell us about. I don't know if you know, sports fans in Australia are like they are here. You know, it can get pretty it can get pretty intense at times. You know, I know a few years ago, back in the early 2000s, you know, Colorado Avalanche had a really good hockey team. You know, and they won. It might have been 2 years in a row. I don't know if you know that's Do Not Stand By, but we had a rivalry with the Detroit Red Wings, and you know, it was it'd get pretty interesting. You know, you'd go to a sports bar and these people would be cheering, you know, calling them the Detroit Dead Things and stuff like that. You know, but you're right. Do not stand by. That doesn't happen in movies, does it? Now, I think we have all. Now, I think especially that first year. Now, I wasn't part of the elite army then, and that's my only regret with this movie is that I didn't see it, you know, in 2019. I've said this 2 or 3 times, and Maxie always consoles me, I guess.
Yeah,
but,
look, better late than never, man.
Yeah, that's right. But anyway, you know,
look, you've done well, because there's people like just yesterday. I'm looking at tweets going, "Why the hell did I sleep on this?" It's like, well, it came out late 2019. You could have gone to the cinema then, when you could go to the cinema. You know. Yeah,
exactly. But yeah, you know, I mean, you know, it is what it is, you know, and now you are where you are, and that makes me want to work even harder for her sequel, you know. So, and that's where I'm at that's why I'm doing so many videos. You know, the last 3 or 4 weeks I've been doing like 2 videos a week, and you know, doing the stream, you know, so, you know, just hoping somebody sees it. It's going to catch fire or something like that. Not for me, because I'm not really monetizing my YouTube channel, you know, but yeah, I want that sequel. I want well, and you guys have all heard me say this. I'm on a roll, so let's just bear with me for a little bit. I don't want just a sequel. I want a franchise. I want everything. I want at least a trilogy and maybe 4 or 5 movies. You know, I want some more anime to come out. I want Kishiro to write some more manga. You know, and I want a series. You know, lead a series. I want all the merch. You know, I want all this stuff. That's my most fondest desire. So,
hey, Creaky, have you pre-ordered a galley diorama yet?
No. There's such a thing.
What? No, you know the new Prime 1 galley.
Oh, you mean the statue?
Yeah.
No, I have not, and I am leaning toward doing it because I mean, I think you know, Kunstler 99 is doing a sign for me that's going to cost more than that statue. So you know, and I don't have any problem with that, you know. So, but yeah, I'm leaning toward getting it Maxi. So yeah.
Well,
I found a site in Australia that'll do it for under 2,000 Australian dollars, which is
about 14.
Not too bad. I mean, if you're ordering it from here, from anywhere in the US or Japan, you'd be paying way more than that.
Well, you know, if I order it from Australia, though, I got to pay that shipping. It's going to be more. So.
I don't know. I didn't say to buy it from here. I'm saying that I found a place where you could buy it where you don't have to pay for shipping. So.
Ah, okay.
Because the shipping will kill you.
Yeah, it will. So, Cran, you can get on. I sent you a link. She's out there. I see her in the chat. But
is it Cranberry? Where?
Yeah, it's Cran. She's out there. The princess of the Alita Army. She's out there. So, anyways, and I'm going to get an FU here in a few seconds. So that's what I'm aiming for.
Oh, I'll work on that.
Well, you always get FUs, Angelus.
Yeah, she sees you walking down the street. She has one ready in a pocket for you. So.
Yeah, exactly. So anyway, we got we got kind of off track there. But Maxie, you've been around the Alita Army since the very beginning. You're one of the founding fathers, I guess.
Well,
what was that like?
Yes and no. See, I was on Facebook with the Facebook mob, and a lot of stuff was happening on Twitter that I was unaware of because I had been warned off Twitter for many years. But then my experience on Twitter, except for a few occasions where young punks have got on there and just been completely ridiculous, and the only thing you can do with them is block them because they're complete idiots. But other than that, I've had a really good experience with Twitter. So, like, and I have to say that the only reason I've had a really good experience with Twitter is the Alita Army. If it wasn't for them, then I'm sure I would have got sick of it long before this.
Yeah, I think I came on toward the end of all that brouhaha from 2019, at the tail end of it. I got called some things and I went, whoa, from some of the haters, So anyway, I guess I'm supposed to be alt-right, some alt-right damn, kind of, terrorist or something, I guess. I don't know, So anyway, but what was it like, getting the Alita Army going to beginning with? Because I know you and what was Den. I think Den was part of it, and so was Eddie. And
well, Tony was very centralized then.
Yeah.
It was before all of the problems that people have been having with COVID and losing jobs and stuff. But Tony was very, very busy and very involved. I don't think the guy slept with the amount of stuff that he was doing. It's kind of hard now. I mean, you see our little core that just keeps on chugging, which is great. I'm so glad that there are people who are still so focused and so determined, because even myself, I'm finding it hard to keep the same level of intensity going from time to time. But I mean, you can kind of get a feeling for what it was like with the Twitter post that Vladdy's been throwing around, because I think he's got a bit pissed off with things and is starting to dredge up some stuff about how Alita was treated when she came out. And she was used as a political tool and a like big business tool. She was mistreated in that fashion.
Yeah.
And did you see the couple of Looper vids that dropped this week about Alita?
Yeah.
I was quite surprised about that. Well, 2 in a week. I was. Have they heard something?
Yeah. Well, we did talk about that. Well, that IMDb post, about it being in development. Now that I'm really, that one right there. That one I'm kind of, I won't say I'm 100% skeptical of it, but that could have been anything. That could have been just two guys meeting, or talking about it, and say, oh yeah, we ought to take this to the CEO or something, and that would have been in development, but it is somewhat positive. So anyway, we just Dizzy said that was fake. I don't know. It's still out there. I don't know. We'll see. I don't know.
You think that IMDb is a lot more serious than a lot of these other websites, and I think that if it was shown to be fake, that they would have taken it down.
Yeah.
I don't think they subscribe to leaving false information on their website.
They don't do clickbait like you see on other social media platforms either.
Exactly. They position themselves above that. So. Yeah,
because I know I've fallen prey to that. Where they've, I'd see Alita's getting a sequel. I'd say, oh wow, I got to go see that, and I click on it. It's a bunch of bullshit. So no, and then get out of there. So anyway.
Yeah, I think there's a big chunk of the Alita Army now that are just sitting back and doing other things and waiting for something to happen. People can only go so long. A lot of people can only go so long without anything positive in feedback, and we're not getting much in the way of feedback anymore. I get the distinct impression that JCJL and Rob have been told, you're just going to have to wait and see how Avatar goes, boys. We're not going to drop any more money until we get some back from that. And that would not surprise me in the slightest.
Yeah.
If you've been told that.
If they don't watch themselves, they're going to lose a whole bunch of money too soon enough. As I'm sure we've already read the tweets of.
Yeah. Well, they can't really jump into the theaters, at least here in the U.S. I mean, the people are still, I guess theater going has gone up, since the beginning of COVID, but it's still way short of where it was, so, and I guess
there's less theaters too. A lot of them,
yeah.
Some of them closed down, especially the smaller chains.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, I have to show this. I'm trying so hard to.
No, we don't want the D pics. No.
Well, yeah, or if it's pineapple pizza,
this is something better and possibly worse.
Oh, Angelus, how could you do that to a pineapple? You say you.
Because I wanted to save it for the news for tomorrow's stream, but I can't help it anymore.
Yeah, okay,
so
that's
let me share screen.
Yeah.
Allow. Have you guys seen this before?
No, I have not seen that.
I just discovered it in a tweet.
Is she plugged into the wall there? There was a cable running.
This is just a robot.
Wow.
Oi. That looks like Alita gear.
Yeah, that looks that looks like a real Alita gear, doesn't it?
That looks like the FaceTime app going overboard with the hair.
Yeah.
On Doc Ito's desk, or operating table, I should say.
Yeah.
But actually, this is probably more the colors.
Oh yeah, there's that thing that Rosa was wearing, that little hat-looking thing with those ears on it.
But I mean, this is like taking your Prime 1 statues to a whole new level, I thought.
No, I like that one pretty good right there now. Oh, she shouldn't have done that.
But I mean, how awesome. This is just...
Oh, that's how they developed it. Wow, look at that.
Yeah.
I think that was a real one.
Yeah, that last one was a real one, yeah.
I'd be back. That's what the translation is.
I'm going to leave it there and show more of it tomorrow. So if you want to see the rest of the video, either look up the tweet or wait for tomorrow's show.
Okay.
But oh wow.
Yeah, we're gonna have a great show tomorrow. That's that's gonna be a really neat thing, that trivia contest. That's gonna be so cool,
I've added a whole bunch of more questions too, because there was downtimes in my shift at work the past couple of days where I just
Yeah, but where are the answers, dude? You put questions and there were no answers.
Oh yeah, because the reason why I did that is because I noticed that you put it in a tab. The answers are like a tab to distance inwards. And I don't know how to do that for the app, so I'm just gonna adjust them later on day.
Yeah, Ash Blackwind had brought up the thing in the chat about how I guess Scarlett Johansson and who's the woman that's playing Cruella? His name slipped my mind now. Both suing Disney, I guess, for releasing those movies while it's streaming, while it's in the theaters. I don't know what that story is all about, but that's Disney, I guess, is they got their problems right now, I guess. So
you're thinking of Emma Stone for Cruella? Emma Stone?
Yeah, Emma Stone. That's it. Yeah, that's what I was trying to think of. Yeah, I think they're. Yeah, I don't know much about the Emma Stone suit, but I have read a little bit about about Scarlett Johansson's suit. So, she's alleging breach of contract. But anyway, we don't need to get into that too much here, So, yeah, and Alejandro, brings up the Kansas bar thing. I just want to let everybody know that the Creek's going to get a sign that says Kansas, and we'll put it up in my bar here in Colorado, which is kind of weird that I have a bar now anyway, because I don't really drink that much anymore. So, but yeah, it's going to be cool.
Well, you can just drink orange juice and eat chocolate. You'll be right.
I don't really like chocolate that much. Oh, I know, heaven forbid.
What?
I do drink beer from time to time, though. I will do that, but I pretty much don't drink hard liquor anymore. I guess when we have a meetup, I guess I'm going to buy, Cran and Rido a couple of shots of Kraken, and we're going to have Kraken, but that's we're going to do that. But that's when we have that sequel. We're going to celebrate that. And the
just Cran and Rido.
Well, no, I'll buy several folks drinks, but we're
Yeah.
Well, I owe Dizzy a beer, and he says I owe him a keg, so I don't know. But that's going to be a really cool thing. The Creek is going to get drunk when we get that sequel. The first time in about probably 12 years since I've been drunk, so at least
I'm going to do the Alita sitting at the table in Ido's kitchen with the tear running down the cheek thing.
Yeah. So if we have a meetup in Austin, you guys from Straya need to come to good old America, as they would say here, So we leave the A off and just say America. So anyway, or at least some of the rednecks do. Let's say that. So.
Well, I have to become a published author so I can afford to come to America.
Yeah, what's the airfare to go to and from Australia?
Well, you can't really do it at the moment.
Well, you can't do it now, because of COVID. Yeah, but.
Oh, it's a couple of thousand bucks that I remember, but I mean, who knows what it's going to be afterwards? Because once the borders open up and people can fly back and forth again, they're probably going to be. It's going to be a bit on the expensive side because airlines are going to have to try and recoup losses.
Well, not only that, the demand's going to be high too. So there'll be a lot of folks doing. I know here in the U.S. I mean, I've flown. I flew up to Connecticut, to see my youngest stepson graduate, from college, and actually not college, graduate school. He got his doctorate in mathematics. But anyway, and I felt perfectly safe. Certainly I'd been vaccinated, and I was wearing a mask, so there was no issue there. So anyway, back to Alita. I guess we kind of got sidetracked. One of the things that I like about her too is that courage. That's another thing. A lot of humans lack that, And when she was fighting Gruishka down in the underworld, here's this hulking Gruishka, this huge guy, that's probably maybe 3 meters tall, 9 feet tall, and he's got those grind cutters, and she just has her Panzerkunst, and still she went after him. And she went after him. He, granted he was trying to bait her to come down there, but when he said, "This is where I used to live," and she said, "This is where you're going to die," and then she ran at him, I went, "Holy crap!" Just courage, beyond belief. Having to, most people would see somebody like Gruishka as an opponent, and they would cower. They would be afraid. They wouldn't go after him.
Yeah, I think there was a comment by somebody, maybe Alejandro, who said that Gruishka does not forget, and it almost gave me a moment like, isn't this something Alita Rave would point out, that Alita and Gruishka are contrasted by Gruishka does not forget, but Alita doesn't even remember her own name, and what is the deeper meaning of that? But I think that part of what makes Alita so incredibly pure and noble is because she's untainted by the world. She's not corrupted by the world. Like the
Yeah.
bar of the 100 warriors, they're all corrupt. Even though she tries to appeal to their better side and appeal to their ability to work together to accomplish something, they all dismiss her. As long as they don't get paid, they're not going to do anything. And Alita's above that because
Yeah.
she's pure. She's not been corrupted by
Yeah.
everything that's corrupted Grishka.
Yeah, well, Master Clive Lee certainly said that, didn't he? He said, "There's no bounty on this guy. It's not our problem." I mean, here's a guy that, and it's, I don't know, I wouldn't say that Master Clive Lee in the movie's a coward, but it's like everything's profit driven, and even though the fact that Grishka, is killing humans and also probably, getting weapons from other cyborgs, it's like, well, that's not my problem because, I can't make any money on it, so I think that was the issue with him, I think.
And I think on Twitter, people have made comments about how amazingly pure and enthusiastic Alita Army folks are. In some ways, we're like emulating Alita. We're not in it for personal gain. We're just in it because we really believe in how great this movie is and how it should be continued and how more and more people should give it a chance.
Yeah,
Very
I
good
agree.
point.
Yes, very good point.
You're here.
Yes. So that is another endearing quality about about the Elite Army. We have all different kinds of opinions and mindsets and political beliefs and religious beliefs and all kinds of stuff in the Elite Army, but we are all united in one way, and we are behind Alita. I think you remember, Maxie, we did that video for the movie seller, at the very end, which is just typical of all of us. When we were playing that song, Stand By Me,
Yep.
and we had that thing at the end that says, we will always stand by her, and we will.
You still need to tweak that and put it on the channel.
Yeah. Oh, I can upload that too. I mean, I think I saved it on the channel, but you can't see it, so I think what I'll do is I'll get on the channel and I'll upload it, to the.
Well, we need to tweak it so that it's more representative.
Okay.
Not of. You see, it's all about the context. The context that we made it in was for the for the movie seller event, and
we need it for us.
We just need to change it a little bit so it's not focused on the movie seller, and it's just a general.
Yeah, well, we can work on that. I mean, I certainly enjoyed doing that a lot. There it is.
It probably won't take much, and it'll probably shorten it
Yeah.
slightly too, which is probably what it needs.
Yeah, exactly. So
for the new purpose, but that was always the plan, to get more than one use out of it.
Yeah. Yeah, appreciate you not playing the music on that too, Angelus, because that would get me yeeted for sure. At least get this episode yeeted. So because I think there was a copyright claim in it. So
copyright, God.
Yeah. I tell you what, copyright has changed a little bit in the past 6 or 8 months. I know I've been putting videos out that have copyright claims on all of them. But now the owners of the IP that you're doing, they say, okay, we're going to let you use this. You just let us put our ad on it. So down in the comments section, like I did that one, with Radioactive by Imagine Dragons. And when I first posted that, I said, oh, man, this thing's going to get blocked for sure, And, it was kind of neat. When I hit, when it uploaded and went through the checks, it said, there's a copyright claim on this, but the owner of the content is allowing you to use it, and they will monitor your stats and, and kind of monitor your views, and they're going to put their ad on. I went, oh, that's cool. So, it kind of, and that's a positive thing because
it makes more sense.
Yeah, it does, because they're making money on it, on the views,
You look at all this stuff that, like this Star Trek, stopping Star Wars was stopping fan movies. What was the Star Trek? I can't remember. Anyway, one of the big sci-fi tent poles was limiting the length of the fan movies could be. I can't remember which one it was now, but it just seemed to me to be stupid. I mean, these people are giving you free advertising, you cucks.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Why are you stifling them?
Yeah. Well, and that's what they're doing. Oh, by the way, Ash Blackwin has a great idea, and I'm going to do this, Ash. Ash has given me a couple of great ideas on videos. He gave me another one. He pointed me in the direction of this song that is just absolutely fantastic, and I'm putting together a video for the Alita Army. With this song, Ash, let's not give it away. We want to surprise them. I'm going to
don't worry.
Yeah.
Be happy.
So I'm going to upload that sucker probably maybe Sunday or Monday, and because I'm still working on it. But Ash is also kind of give me an idea here. He says, hey, when I get that when Kutzler 99 finally gets when I get that sign from him and everything. To kind of do a live, a stream, or not a stream maybe, but at least a video, of the Denver addition to the Kansas bar or something like that, which is not that weird because Kansas is the next state over. So anyway, I'm going to do that, Ash. Ash has given me great ideas on videos. So
Kansas Bar Club Denver chapter.
Yeah, that's right. Between him and Angelus, I get ideas, from this stuff, which is good, So.
Oh yeah, Angelus eats all that pineapple pizza and then goes into that fugue state, and just stuff from the ether comes out.
Yeah, of course, Angelus had an idea last week and then he forgot it. I guess he didn't eat his pineapple pizza and it messed up his memory or something. I think Angelus, you might. I can't unmute you.
He's muted.
Yeah, I tried to unmute him.
Oh,
There he is.
I was just going to say, you are right. Cran is out there, so come join us, Cran. Even though I know you're probably just arting away as you usually do, you can still draw and talk at the same time, I'm sure.
Yeah.
You can still draw.
Depends how much Kraken she's had. She might be able to.
Well, she did have a post in there about Kraken a while ago. It's funny, I think it was Finestro said something about Kraken tastes weird, and she says Kraken is the official Alita Army drink. It's kind of like that one stream she did that,
I splurged and bought off a new bottle because they dropped it by $10. I was like, yeah, okay. Discount.
Yeah. You remember that stream, Maxie? I asked her if Kraken was official Elite Army drink, and she said it better effing be.
Yeah,
that was funny. I play that thing every now and then to look for a laugh, So anyway, the Elite Army's great in my opinion. Man, it's some great folks in there, and it's really fun. Doing engaging with them, doing videos. Stuff like that, even on Facebook. God, there's a lot of Alita Army people on Facebook. I mean, it's unbelievable. A lot more.
Yeah, I kind of moved over to Twitter, and I haven't been keeping up with the Facebook things.
Yeah.
Mainly because there's so many different channels, and people post the same thing to all of them. It's like, why do I need to look at this 5 times? It's like,
because it's Alita.
Point.
Well, I'm a member. Oh, go ahead, Max.
It just fills up my my notification stream as well with the same.
Oh God, yes, yeah. On Facebook, I'm a member of like 8, maybe Alita Army, Facebook groups.
Well, every Saturday night on Facebook, I'm there posting the ad for the live the Sunday. It's Sunday my time, Saturday your time, live stream for the Radio Chaos, and I'm posting it into 8 or 9 different channels over and over. And then there's how many Discords? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8 Discords. Yeah.
Oh, I'll tell you another one I've been doing. We're way off topic here, but that's okay. I don't care. Is Reddit. I just started an account on, a user on ID on Reddit.
Oh, I'm on Reddit. I'm on Reddit as Ed of Doc Motors.
Yeah. Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
Okay. But anyway, I post stuff on there, for, just to, just for Alita publicity, But I think what I'm gonna start doing, Maxie, is the Radio Chaos stream. I think I'm going to, start, posting. There's a group there called Our Alita Battle Angel or something like that. I can't remember.
Yeah, so there's two communities there that are focused on this IP, and that's Our Alita Battle Angel and Gumu. So
okay, I gotta
up as well.
put that one up too then. So but anyway, I think I'm gonna put the Radio Chaos. I'm gonna start putting the Radio Chaos URL in there.
Oh, I advertise in there every weekend.
Oh, do you? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So I don't need.
I don't know that my posts get many upvotes. They might like 10 or 12 or something.
Yeah.
So they're not right at the top because it doesn't have art in it.
Yeah.
You've got to have a pretty picture of our gal to get the upvotes.
Well, for our little stream here, I mean, I posted a thing on Reddit, and I was just, I don't know how many I'm going to get, but it got 19 upvotes, so which is pretty good for our stream. Our stream is fairly small, so small, but how would you say intense? There you go.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah. So
short.
Oi. If you want Cran to come on here, you got to quit with the short jokes.
Yeah, that's right. She's going to punch you when she sees you, Angela. So
right in the kneecap. Yep.
Yeah. Man, Cran's been sending me some, some of her drafts for that commission she's doing. Man, it is looking good, man. It's really looking good. I'm not going to give it away, but it's got a weightlifting theme to it. So
what a shock!
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. So anyway, but it's looking really good. So I'm getting excited about it.
But that's the thing. You can bring Alita into your other interests, and that can be quite fun.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think Rotten's doing one for me too. That she's just about finished, I think. So
I haven't heard anything about that.
Yeah. Well, it's guess what? I bet you can't guess what the theme of that one is.
It's probably lifting.
Yes.
You're gonna have like a whole art book of
that's right.
lifting.
Yeah. Yeah, that one that Cran did for me, last year. I mean, man, that thing, I'm proud of that thing. I look at that thing every time I lift down here in my gym, It's really cool. So anyway, I got way off topic, but that's okay. Do not stand by. What else is it about Alita, that maybe, kind of, get your hackles up, I guess, or whatever?
Yeah, I was there in the beginning of the first few months after Alita came out, and the box office wasn't doing as well as people hoped, and a lot of people were really upset and angry about how it was being treated by the critics. And I didn't get on Twitter until probably June or July. I was mostly following YouTube videos, and then I started seeing Tony's YouTube videos and started seeing Alita Army everywhere, and that's when I created an account on Twitter and got online. But I'd never been very enthusiastic about social media before. I didn't realize what it could do in helping to raise awareness about a movie that was under advertised as Alita was. But I was amazed by how much positivity there was within the Alita Army, despite all the negativity that was coming at us. A lot of it was just that people were annoyed that there were so many of us, and they didn't think that they could be anything but bots. And I really found a lot of pleasure from seeing people get responses and having to eat their words about these all being bots. And those early times for Alita Army, I think we're probably the closest that we ever were to being like sports fans, having to fight with other sports fans. Other fandoms that just thought we weren't legitimate and we weren't real. But at this point, that doesn't seem to be an issue anymore. Partially it's because we're smaller in numbers, so people aren't complaining that we're overwhelming threads anymore. But I think partially, too, we have some grudging respect for being around for so long.
Yeah. I don't know how. Well, of course, we've talked about this on other streams too. We don't know for sure how many people are in the Alita Army, but I know in Facebook there's one group there. It's got over 13,000, people in it. So, 13,000 is not it's not huge, for sure. But you figure, if it's kind of like. You see like a rabbit. If you see one rabbit, then there's probably 10, somewhere, So my feeling is that the Alita Army is not tiny, for one thing. Another, Angelus and I, we kind of keep our eyes open for polls, and Angelus, I can't remember the name of that one movie that we had a poll against where, we were crushing every movie. Of course, the Elite Army, was getting like probably anywhere from, 12,000 to 20,000 votes on Twitter, and then we went up against this one movie, and I can't recall the name of it, Angelus, maybe you can, that was averaging maybe 5,000 every time, and then we got up against them, and I thought, well, we're going to crush these guys because the most they had was like 5,000. We were regularly getting like anywhere from 15 to 20,000, and I guess the guy that ran the poll, he actually came out with a tweet, said he thought that there was bots involved, but anyway, that other movie, those folks. Got like 28. No, they didn't get 28,000. They got over 30,000, didn't they, Angelus? Something like that. We got like 28,000, something like this, and we ended up losing after winning 4 in a row. We lost to what's that movie? The movie about those folks. I can't remember the name.
Was it the Adam Sandler movie? I think
it was the Adam Sandler movie beat us last, but the very first movie in the first round we lost a really tight, it was like 20,000 to 19,000 or something like that. We lost it was a very tight. It was Paradise, I think, is what it was. Is what it might have been called. I think.
Parasite. Yeah.
Yeah, Parasite. Yeah, that's right.
Korean movie. Yeah.
Yeah. And anyway, we lost that last one to that Adam Sandler movie, and then the next round, the Adam Sandler movie lost, and they only got like 4,000 or 5,000. So, just the number of folks that just hate Alita. It's just, to me, it's always been, kind of puzzling to me because I've always thought, God, it's a movie, for crying out loud. It's not like a. It's not like a politician or something. But
I think that was unfortunate. I saw that when I was initially getting involved with the Elite Army. I saw people trying to make it political and trying to make it about what your political persuasion is and which movie you should like if you're belong to a political party. And I thought that was really wrong because what made Alita so great was that it was so pure and noble that, if anything, it's the one thing that's truly bipartisan. It should appeal to all humanity. It shouldn't just be Americans or Australians or Europeans. It should be all people should be able to relate to the humanity that's in this movie.
Yeah, I agree. It's really puzzling. How folks can get so viscerally angered at a movie. It's okay not to like a movie. It may not be your taste, or something like that. But outright hate, that to me is just really puzzling. I've never understood it, but still.
My take is the reason for their hate was that they saw that we were not doing it out of any particular agenda. We weren't doing it to try to get people to believe in one political party or one agenda or whatever. We're just trying to do it in terms of how great it was as a piece of art. And I think that annoyed a lot of people because they view movies and popular culture as political.
Yeah, I agree. It's funny. I was called something when I first joined the Elite Army, about being alt-right. And I thought, man, these people don't even see my Twitter feed because anybody that's seen my Twitter feed knows I'm not all right. So, I mean, really.
I'm amazed that so many people believe that in order to be supposedly liberal and supposedly open to new ideas, you have to love the MCU. I mean, that's completely the antithesis of this. You become indoctrinated if you think that the only way you can be open-minded is if we're empathetic is to be an MCU fan.
Yeah. I like MCU movies. I like DC movies, but not like I like Alita. But that doesn't mean I hate those movies. I mean, even the theatrical release of Justice League. I mean, I had a lot of problems with it, but I didn't hate it. I mean, and I watched it. I mean, it was okay. Now I really like the Snyder cut a lot better, but still, I mean, it's a movie. I mean, holy crap. So
Yeah, well, I personally think that movies and art should be about what's universally human, and unfortunately, though, some people think that the MCU, because it's done by committee and there's like many people involved with the writing, that it somehow represents social causes.
Yeah.
And if you don't support the MCU, then you don't support these social causes.
Well, we've talked about that, haven't we, Max? About messages in movies. We hate that. God, I hate that, man. And I know I've commented on streams that I'm a very socially conscious person, but we can't let woke stuff get into a movie, and especially our girls' movie. That can't happen. It's got to be I have no problem with a message being in a movie as long as it actually helps the story. It's actually an integral part or something like this. I have no problem with that. But when they make a movie just for a message, that's it falls apart every time. I think.
Well, as I've always said, it's got to be story then message, not message then story. It's around the other way. It's crap. Yeah. And people know when they're being fed a line. They can tell. They're not all that stupid. But that it just doesn't feel right. They're using the movie as a vehicle for a message, whether it be political or social or what have you, and the story suffers because of it, and that's what we don't want. There's nothing wrong with messages being in movies, but they can't be front and center. They've got to be on the back end of the action or the story. The story has got to be at the forefront. Yeah. It's got to be entertainment first. Otherwise, you're watching a documentary.
Yeah. Two of those bullets up there, and I'm going to relate this to a story about Alita being athletic and strong. I've talked about this on a couple of streams, and I did a video on it, about how I calculated Alita's strength, based on her being able to, hold Maxie tells me it's a rotary cannon, and I guess I agree with him, because anything over 50 caliber is going to be closer to a cannon. But anyway, how she can hold that thing with one hand and fire it. We were talking about this when Den was on. I guess it was either last week or week before, where you get a gun like that. It can shoot anywhere from 50 to 60 rounds a minute, or a second rather. And in that 100 caliber gun, those barrels, a 50 caliber is delivers quite a punch, but 100 caliber would deliver 4 times the punch. And then there was, of course, 4 barrels instead of 3, and stuff like that. So, but anyway, one of the things I brought up, and I've had a friend I talked to this about how strong Alita is and all that. And one of the problems he had with it was he didn't like the idea of a teenage girl being able to beat up some big guy, like that. That's not realistic, So anyway, I told him, I said, you need to watch the end of that movie, Alita, and watch her, when she jumps over Vector's desk. And I said, how would you like to have that looking at you with a sword in her hand? And then knowing that person is not just a teenage girl. I mean, that is a cyborg with immense strength and power. How would you like that?
I'd love it.
Yeah,
well, if she wants to kill you, you would love it. Yeah, that would be horrible.
Well,
So,
one thing that I just didn't see people appreciate is that this is really empowering for disabled people, people who like Tilly Lockwood,
yeah,
who have artificial limbs. It's really empowering for them to see somebody like them actually
yeah,
being able to do superhuman feats.
yeah.
Uh,
Yeah, we had Tilly Lockheed on Radio Chaos stream, and boy, she was. I mean, she was so great. She was just a princess, wasn't she, Maxie? I mean, she was really great. Yeah, it was really fun having her on. You
Yeah,
know.
you can see that Tilly's got a long way to go. She's got the right, again, like Alita, she's got the right combination of intelligence and determination and interest and care and all those things that combine to make somebody somebody who's going to get somewhere. You know, somebody's going to
Yeah.
make some things happen. Put
Yeah,
it that way.
I look at her YouTube channel. She's got quite a following. You know, I mean, she's doing real well. But she was just a sweetheart on that stream, man. I mean, you remember she was only going to come on, Maxie, for like 30 minutes, wasn't she? She stayed on over an hour.
Yeah.
which a lot of those guests do. You know, same with Leda Calagridis. You know, she was only going to stay on a half hour, and she stayed on over an hour, didn't she? Welcome, Cranberry Jam.
Hey,
How you doing, lady?
I'm tired.
What have you
Morning,
been doing?
Fran.
Working my ass off.
Well, don't do that.
Oh,
What? You had a hard day at the dentist office, or?
I had a hard week. I've been busy.
Anyway, I was just bragging. I'm not going to tell anybody about the commission you're doing for me, but I mean, you know, Cran will tell. I hope she probably
Oh,
thinks
dear.
this, but you know, that damn creek is a pain in the ass. but anyway, she's doing a commission for me, and I am just really loving it, man. I mean, it is looking great. So anyway, but I'm going to tease you guys all about it until I get it, and then I'll show it. You know, so.
Oh dear. Hey guys,
Well, I'm hoping I didn't embarrass you too much, Cran. So
I'm too
anyway.
sleepy.
Oh, you're too sleepy, yeah.
I'm trying to stay awake.
I thought you'd be playing Final Fantasy or something.
I mean, I didn't say I wasn't.
Oh, okay. You're not that sleepy then.
No, I'm sleepy. I'm just trying to stay awake.
How's old Rido doing?
Doing well. This heat's just killing us.
Oh God, yes. My poor old dog. It's been getting up near 100 here every day. Now today it was a little cooler. I got to get him shaved again, you know, because he's struggling. But you know, we can't take long walks like we used to because it's just way too hot, you know.
Oh, it's ridiculous.
Not good for a big dog to get overheated, you know. So
No.
anyway,
If it tells you anything, one of my rabbits is spending all of her. I mean, we keep the house cool. She's been spending all of her time just laying over the vent.
oh, I told you I got 2 rabbits under my deck, didn't I?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they're ferals, but I mean, still, you know, they're not pets. But you know, I don't mess with them, and Solly doesn't mess with them. He doesn't chase them or anything. Now he goes after those squirrels. He does that, you know, but he doesn't bother the rabbits. You know,
Well, that's good.
Yeah, yesterday he walked right by one. It just sat there and he didn't do anything. You know, and he's big, you know, Solly. You'd think, I saw that and went, oh my gosh, you know, I wonder what's going to happen here.
Mm-hmm.
And but he didn't. He just walked right by it, didn't even pay attention to it.
Well, it's 10:30 in the morning on Saturday morning here, and in your numbers, it's 57 Fahrenheit. So,
Well, yeah, but it's winter down there, isn't it?
it is.
Yeah.
It is indeed.
Yeah, right here in Colorado right now it's 88 degrees Fahrenheit, which is what about I don't know, 5/9 C minus 32 or something like 5/9 F minus 32 or something like that, whatever it is. But you know, it's
What did you say? It was
88 degrees Fahrenheit. So
That's 31. Yeah, that's a bit warm.
yeah, but it has been getting up to near 100, which would be probably like 35, you know.
Oh wow, 66. Yeah.
Let's see. Ours was. Let's see. Right now it's 85 degrees our time. And then 29 Celsius.
Yeah.
That's pretty warm for an evening. Yeah.
Yeah, it's. I had to mow the lawn this week, and it was just. I mean, last week, I about died.
Ash is quite right. We've had way too many rabbits for way too long.
You have rabbits in Australia?
Oh shit! Yeah, they're feral. They're just well. It's a long story. It's probably the other war we lost. We lost more against emus and rabbits and cane toads. I mean, all the animals down here, they come down here and they just beat everybody up.
And funnel web spiders and octopuses and stuff like this.
Drop bears.
Yeah. Wallabies, every kind of thing you can think of. Yeah. Anyway, Ash Blackwind likes your rabbits there, Cran.
Yep, they are sweeties.
Yep.
So back in 1949, there was a rabbit plague in Australia, and they developed myxomatosis, which is a disease designed to wipe out the rabbits, and it worked for a while, but then the rabbits became immune to it, so they developed a newer one more recently, but I don't think it was as effective.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, we don't mess around.
Yeah, there's a news report here from the 21st of January this year saying feral rabbit population surge predicted in Australia. So,
well, if you're putting viruses in them, you want to make sure those things don't mutate over to humans.
no, we're hopeful they don't. I think it's fairly specific.
Yeah, they're quite different from us DNA wise, aren't they?
You say that, and then one day we get the rabbit from Monty Python.
Yeah.
I think we already have that.
Well, they thought the same thing about bats too, didn't they? So anyway, Cran, what is it about Alita? Now, I know in past streams you said, when I asked you, what do you like about Alita? You said everything. So, yeah. So, oh, here we go, Max. What is it about Alita, though, that, good God, there's a ton of them. Look at all those little
it gets worse.
Oh, it does?
If I'm not mistaken, though, didn't it bring you and Rito together at some stage?
In a way, yeah. I was the only person he knew that would read it. Definitely one of the things we talked and still talk about a lot.
What kind of critter is that?
Is that a fox?
Fox.
Oh, a fox, yeah.
We have introduced foxes here too.
If you want to look up rabbit stuff, look up Rabbit Island in Japan.
Oh, is there tons of those guys?
Oh, yeah.
There's Rabbit Island, there's Cat Island.
Mm-hmm.
They have all sorts of interesting islands over there.
Cran,
they
you
have
going to
the
do
Fox
another?
Village.
Are you going to do another cosplay real soon, Cran?
Oh, not anytime soon.
Because I like. Oh, go ahead, Maxie.
I was going to say she's got too many commissions to do.
Yes. She's got one real important one now.
I got to jump right on another one right after yours. My boss is like, hey, when are you going to start on mine? I'm like, yes, ma'am.
Well, if you would have done hers first, I wouldn't have been upset.
Oh, we're getting pretty close to deciding what we want now. So.
Oh, okay. So yeah. She's not. Is she doing an Alita thing, or is this totally?
Oh God, no. It's work related.
Ah, I see.
Girl thing.
Probably about her dog, your therapy dog, or something. So, well, anyway, Cran, what is it about Alita that makes her special to you?
Alita, especially, or the series in general.
Oh, I would say anything, whether it's the manga, the anime, or the movie. It doesn't matter.
I guess in terms of at the time, it caught my attention specifically.
Is that enough rabbits for you?
Damn. Holy
No, need more
crap.
rabbits.
Holy crap. And there's some serious rabbits right there.
That is why we are keeping ours separate right now, because otherwise we would have that.
Well,
Yes.
rabbits were originally brought in as food animals with the first fleet, and they got out, as rabbits tend to
Yeah,
You think? Yeah.
they're
What?
escape artists.
Well, I thought you had one of your rabbits spayed. Is that right? Or
No, that's not this coming week, but the week after.
yeah, because I think your boy rabbit's getting kind of, how would you say,
Frisky.
Frisky, yeah.
He very much wants to meet Dee Dee.
And didn't you tell me that she's kind of ambivalent about?
She don't give a. All she cares about is snacks.
That's a lot
She
like
was-
that's a lot like humans, isn't it?
Yeah. Oh, she
Yes.
was so excited for her breakfast this morning that, I set it down outside of her gate, went to go get her water bowl, heard a clash, turned around, and she was at the top of the gate, like hanging on.
Wow.
I'm like, no.
Well, your rabbits got personalities.
Oh, they do. They
Yeah.
do. It's nail trimming day tomorrow, so they're not going to be happy.
Yeah, my dog's got a personality. I tell him every day. My brother and I go to breakfast, or brunch, I guess, because I actually, my schedule is in tune with the folks in the Eastern time zone, which means that, I have to eat lunch at 10 o'clock or brunch. And how Solly will be laying down, and I'll say, "Hey, Solly, you want to go to Uncle Wayne's?" And he gets up. Boy, he's ready to go. He loves to ride. Yeah. Yeah, I think for me and Alita, I guess, I think, a lot of her physical attributes really are attractive to me. I don't mean just ooh-woo. I mean, obviously, she's cute. There's no doubt about it. But I like that strength thing. That's the thing I like. That's why I have you doing those commissions for me. Craig.
Yeah, it is interesting how she's, she starts the series when he originally draws her, she's really, really cute. And as it's progressed, she's gotten, a bit more, she's still cute, but more mature looking.
Yeah.
I guess kind of the way it did it in the film too. That is one fun aspect of it.
Oh, yeah. And what I loved about the movie too, because I saw the movie before I started reading the manga, but when I, about the movie, about how strong she was, even in her doll body, I mean, God almighty. I mean, this, what you would think, a guy sees something like that on the screen, and they just think cute little girl, needs protecting, shit like that, and all of a sudden she beats the crap out of those three cyborgs. You go, holy crap, and the way she picked up that gun and fired that 100 caliber, Gatling gun, at that Deckman, you say, holy crap, because that prompted me to calculate her strength, and it's that's one of the things I like about her. I mean, it's such an enigma. You see that because all us guys, we have this concept, a lot of us protect the girl is, is helpless, or the girl is weak, or whatever, physically anyway, not mentally, but, and that's just kind of the, I guess that's the way all us guys are hardwired. And then you see Alita, and she does what she does. You go, holy crap, I mean, it got my attention, and that was one of the things about the movie I really like too, is how it's so different, like that, So anyway, that's what I like about her too, I mean, yeah, she's cute, but man, is she strong.
For me, it's the other way around. What I find attractive, and this is just me personally, might not be the same for others, is that it's the fact that she can kick ass. It's like, like the most selfish reason I could even think of is that if I had a girlfriend like Alita, I wouldn't have to worry about anyone hitting on her, because if there's anyone that she doesn't like, she'll just beat the living daylights out of them. I'm just like,
yeah.
excuse me, and I can just sit back. It's like, yeah, that's what you get.
Yeah. Well, you know what? Another thing about Alita, though, if you did have a girlfriend like her, and of course, there's not too many there's no total replacement cyborgs running around. but if you had that, you know, if you had a girlfriend like that, you know, you might, you know, Angela, she might want you to be, I mean, certainly you're not going to be as strong as her or fast or as good a fighter, but, you know, that might be somewhat attracted to her, you know, that if it was a human, like Figure 4 is an example, you know, the fact that he kept coming, you know, and even though she was kicking the living crap out of him, he was still kept coming. And she literally stomped him in the mud. I mean, literally, I don't mean figuratively. And I mean, he was just face down the mud with her boot on his back of his head, you know.
No pun intended.
Yeah.
You said figuratively.
Yeah. But anyway, and he still kept coming. And that, I think that got her attention, you know. So what I would say, if you had a girlfriend like that, she would want you, you know, probably to be either strong or a good fighter or something like that, you know.
Oh yeah, like I mean, I wouldn't go looking for a fight, but I definitely wouldn't back down from one.
Well,
and it's definitely.
I wouldn't go looking for a fight with her. That's for sure. Because I mean, that's a quick trip to the hospital. That one is. Yeah, Ash Blackman has a good point there. You know that her berserker body is a thing of beauty. I think Max likes that motorball body the best. Yeah, that thing is nice. It is nice. There's no doubt.
Look, I'm so glad that they spent the money on that, even if it was only for one scene. But I need some more motorball. I need it. I got to see her kick ass in that thing.
Oh, I like
not
that
just
body.
for one more scene though.
Yeah, I like that body too, you know, but for me, that berserker body, you know, it's got more power, you know, it's, you know, I mean, God almighty, she took down all those Centurions in 10 seconds, you know. I mean, holy crap. And they're fighting out, they're firing automatic weapons at her and she just destroyed all of them, you know. I mean, God, to me, I mean, that's, you know, that's really exciting.
that moment where they're stomping towards her and they're saying, "Put down your weapon," and she's just giving them this look, and she's going like, "Which one of you guys is going to sign your death warrant?"
Yeah, which one's going to get it first? Yeah, exactly.
And then she's sort of looking out the corner of her eye, and she sees the barrel spin up, and she's like, "You," and the bullet comes in, she just goes, "Ping!"
Yeah, she just. Yeah,
it's like you guys probably, most of you don't know cricket, but obviously
I know a little bit about it. My grandfather used to play cricket.
But there's a shot you play in cricket where you just deflect the ball, you don't actually hit it, and just sort of deflect it down behind you and then start running to score, and it's sort of kind of like that. She just sort of goes, dink, and just puts it where she wants it, and then she's off like a rocket.
Yeah, I imagine that in cricket's kind of like a bunt is in baseball, or similar. I guess.
Not exactly. I mean, a bunt, usually you drop the ball in front of you, sort of in the diamond, where this is actually sort of pushing it into the outfield behind you.
Oh, I see. Okay.
So it's not, but it's a deflection. It's not a full-on, like, strike.
Yeah. Do they have, like in cricket, can you hit the ball over the fence for a home run? Oh
shit, yeah. That's the 6. So you smack it out.
6.
Yeah, you hit it for a 6. And usually there's some ocker in the crowd who's drunk off his tits trying to catch it.
That thing's pretty damn hard too, isn't it?
It is. Oh, the number of times I've hurt my
fingers. Will hurt you.
Oh, you've got to have some serious calluses and just put up with the pain. It can be really painful.
Yeah, because I've watched, I didn't know what I was watching, but I did watch some cricket, and I thought the way that guy, they call it bowling when they throw it at you or something.
Mm-hmm.
Not the pitcher, but it's not a pitcher, but it's
the bowler. Yeah,
the bowler. Yeah, and the way they throw it, and I thought, how in the hell does that guy hit the ball? Or how? But anyway.
Well, yeah, it's kind of like Alita's reaction. They've just got amazing reaction speeds. I've only played 3rd grade cricket, not like 1st grade, which is the hard stuff. Yeah. But just trying to see the ball coming at you and do something with it in that split second from a fast bowler is like, wow, I just wish I was that good.
Yeah.
But Alita would probably just, be able to just knock it out of the park every time.
She'd hit it for
she'd be
six
able to
all the
see it
time.
coming. It would be slow for her.
Yeah. Well, that's just it because, I calculated her reaction time on that bullet when it was fired, and what I had to make an assumption that Sentinel was probably no further away than 30 feet, or say 10 meters,
Yeah.
and the way that bullet comes in, and I had to assume that the muzzle velocity was similar to a U.S. military grade Gatling gun, And I calculated, making those two assumptions, I said, well, God, that's a less than 10 millisecond reaction time. That is like 20 times faster than a human's reaction. And that's probably her max. That's probably the slowest. She's probably is faster than that, because that bullet coming at her like that, her putting that Damascus blade on her arm like that, deflecting that thing. That is some serious reaction right there.
Well, the whole thing is when you're stationary, you can't dodge very easily. So deflection is your only option. But once you got moving, it's more a case of I won't be where the bullets end up. I'm not going to be there anymore. It's one of Sun Tzu's things. Don't be where the enemy expects you to be. Yeah,
that's right. Oh, that's one of my favorite documentaries. The Art of War by Sun Tzu. Yeah. So anyway, but that's just all that physical stuff Alita does is really, if I might put it, is sexy to me. She's cute, but being strong and fast and a good fighter, that helps a lot. And I think Angelus and I kind of agree on that one. So, yeah.
Hey, Angelus, are you still doing martial arts?
I am, yeah. I haven't been to training lately due to money constraints, but otherwise, I definitely
so you can get back to that.
Go back. Yep.
Yes.
You better be practiced up on it before you run into Cran when we have the meetup.
I've just got to drop a little bit of weight so I can run fast. Because as fit as Cran might be, she's still got shit. She's still got short legs.
Oh God, no! I'm not. I can't run. I can't run.
So you're good. You're good, Angelus.
So Cranberry's going to use a surprise tactic because you'll be looking over her head and you won't see her there.
I throw a bottle. Too bad I'm a shit aim too. If it's anything physical, I'm terrible at it.
But hey, you can art and drink Kraken. What else?
Yeah, that's what I'm good at. That's it.
Or you can just go, look what I've got. And it's got the word commission on it.
True.
Yeah, the times we've gone out, Cran, you and I and Rido, you didn't drink Kraken. You drank beer.
Well, yeah, because I didn't have Kraken.
Oh, I see.
But to be fair, I always have that at the house.
That's right. Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not so much fun getting it handed to you in a glass. You got to have the bottle there.
Yeah, have your Kraken bottle and your Kraken shot glass.
Now you got a designated driver too, don't you?
Yeah.
I have this particular green glass that I use. It's quite sort of mid-century modern sort of styling, and a couple of ice cubes, and you're good to go.
Yeah, I used to drink Captain Morgan Spice rum, and then I switched to Kraken actually after that, because my oldest stepson, he loves Kraken. He's kind of like you, Cran. He loves Kraken. So he got me turned on to Kraken. This was several years ago, and then
a young man of good taste.
Yes, exactly. So yeah, he loves that Kraken now. But I haven't had a heavy hard liquor drink now in many years. So I think I've had 2 rum and cokes in the past 8 years or something like that. So,
you're pacing yourself.
Yeah, well, that's quite a pace, So now, what's that? That's one every 3 years or something, something like that.
Don't worry, Dizzy B will be making up for you.
Oh, I'm sure it will. But he wants beer though. I think Diz wants beer. So I'm good with that. No problem.
It was Cran that got me into the Kraken.
Oh yeah.
Good.
Haven't looked back since.
I actually occasionally drank Kraken before I even joined the Alita Army. So there you go. I
Yeah.
already knew about it.
I
Well,
was
we're gonna.
drinking it before.
Well, here's what we're going to do when we do get that sequel. You know, we're going to do a special stream.
I'm going to get smotched off my ass.
So is Gary V. I mean, or Creek is going to get blasted. I mean, I am going to be drinking Kraken.
And in the news report,
Yes.
2 Alita Army people are in the hospital for alcohol poisoning.
Only 2? There's been a worldwide outbreak of alcohol poisoning.
Yeah, that's right. It's a pandemic.
Damn.
Yeah, it will be. Well, that is going to be a great day, folks.
The Kraken Alcohol Company announces a 3,000% increase in sales.
Oh my God! Yes, exactly.
Oh, jeez.
That is going to be a great day, folks, when we get that sequel. Man, oh man, I don't know what I'll do. I might go fucking nuts. I don't know what I'll do. I mean, it's going to be wild. Okay, Ash says that don't think she can move as fast as a bullet. Yeah, I think you're right about that, Ash. I mean, I calculated her speed at 125 miles an hour based on her running around the factory, taking out the Centurions, and I had to make some assumptions about how long the factory floor was and how wide and all that. But I probably was within the ballpark, and she was avoiding those bullets. So yeah, that's a good point. But in her Imagino spotting, we've had this talk too, and of course it's not canon, but since Kishiro wrote it, I'm good with it. She can actually run near the speed of light. So, that's, bullets are going to be nothing in that Imagino spotting to her. I mean, she's going to dodge those easy. I mean, she dodged them easy with the Berserker body, and the Imagino spotting is not even going to be a challenge. I mean, it's going to be like trying to shoot the Flash or something like that, so well, anyway, guys, I guess any other thoughts about Alita?
Sorry, I'm too busy staring at that beautiful face.
Well, it's a good thing that our cyborg girl brought us all together, didn't she? That's the big thing. So
yeah. My final thought is that there's a lot of things that bring a lot of people together, but like none more thoroughly, more like there's a finality to it. Like once she touches your heart, and she only needs to do it once, she's here to stay, and she's not going anywhere.
Yeah.
And just like things like that, I could go on and then forget what I was going to say 2 seconds later, and like very, very few other just influences, not just like movies or IP / properties, just general influences don't affect me as much as Alita, and as I mentioned earlier, like other influences like the Ninja Turtles or
it's funny you mentioned that too. How all of us we're going to stand by her. We're going to do that, and we had that video that had that. But there was a meme that when that came out a few months ago, where was where I guess it was the Avengers, that first Avengers movie, where Loki's talking to Iron Man, and he says, "I have an army," and then the next frame over is Alita said, "Oh, that's cute," because she definitely has an army, and we definitely will stand by her, because we're going to get that sequel, and we're going to pester Disney until we get it. So, and I think eventually we will get it. I just hope the Creek's not 130 years old when that happens.
Alejandro's got a good point. He says another special feature, Alita's smile illuminates the place wherever she is. And that's true. She smiles at you, you know about it.
Oh my God. I put that in my good morning and good day, actually, for some folks' tweets. I'll put one of those things up, one of those photos up where she's smiling. I'll always say something like, "Oh my God, that smile kills me." Put 4 hearts behind it, because that smile is infectious, isn't it? So, and it definitely does. It definitely does me in, every time I do that tweet. So,
Just responding to Ash Blackwind's latest comment, a person who's perfect, a la Rey from the Star Wars sequels, somebody who doesn't have to try, doesn't have to overcome adversity, because they can just do everything, know everything, and are almost godlike in their abilities. People can't relate to them. They're too perfect. They're too. There's no challenge for them. You can't really empathize with them because they just don't. There's just nothing they can't do. Alita isn't perfect. Alita has challenges. She has stuff to work through. She laments the fact that she has so much power in the berserker body and couldn't save Hugo.
That's right.
There's things there are things she can't do. She fails.
Yeah.
But the thing is, she doesn't fail and then just curl up and give up. She keeps trying. She keeps working at it. She has the perseverance that we all wish we had in things that, they're life shattering. Like she was completely messed up after Hugo died, both in the manga and I expect in the movies. But she doesn't give up. She keeps going. She knows that she has to keep going. She's got that iron will that keeps going. I think that's probably one of the most endearing features is her iron will, but also that she's not perfect. And you can't love somebody who's perfect because they just annoy you.
Well, to Angelus's point, though, she is perfect in her imperfection.
Yes,
so,
that was actually my comment, I think, earlier.
Yeah. Oh, is that your comment? Sorry.
Yeah, but my summary is she's perfect in her imperfections, and that is why we love her.
Yeah.
I'd go as far as I lost my train of thought now. Oh yes, I remember now. I go as far as saying,
sorry, Karen. Oops.
Let's take the death of a loved one, like say a father or a grandparent sort of thing. Life inevitably goes on, and you do have to move forward. Quote unquote, whether you like it or not. But I feel that Alita takes it a step further, and she makes it her choice to move on, rather than just like sit around waiting to die, so to speak. Waiting around just for and letting life pass her by. She moves forward with life by choice, as opposed to by necessity.
Yeah. Before we go, I want to, of course, we want to plug Radio Chaos tomorrow, but welcome Kunstler 99. And Kunstler 99, did you get that package today?
I haven't gone home yet.
I see. Okay, well, hopefully.
I'm hoping it's there so I can move forward.
Yeah, it's cool. Yeah. Kunstler 99 is going to do a great job on that Kansas bar sign. I am really psyched about it. And Ash Blackwind says I ought to live stream that sucker once it gets up. That'll be the the Denver chapter of the Kansas bar in Colorado. So and I'm going to do it. I will definitely put it up. I don't know if it'll be a live stream or not, but I'll definitely do a video of it.
So you'll have to put your little Alita shrine underneath it so you can have it all.
Yeah, I don't have any. I don't have a way to do that with this one because the bar kind of sticks out to that one point. What I might do is put.
Don't you have like a couple of shelves with the bottles on them behind the bar?
Well, I do, but they're kind of indented into the wall. It's where it's where it's where a window is, and I kind of convert that to a shelf. My late stepfather and I built that bar and all the shelving that goes with it. Ooh. But I'm going to come up with something. I'll put maybe a couple of my Hot Toys Alita and something like that. Kind of take a shot on the side where you can see
Now
her.
he's bragging.
Yeah. Well, my late stepfather was great at building stuff, you know. So.
No, I meant about the couple of Hot Toys Alita.
Oh, yeah. And the Creek is serious about this. I mentioned this last week. You know, we're going to have us a little kind of like a little contest. You know, who's going to win the Hot Toys Elite? I'll buy one and give it away. You know, so well, I won't buy it and ship it here. What I'll do is I'll just order it on Amazon. You know, but we'll come up with something. Maybe we'll do a mass, you know, mailing or tweet or something to Disney. Give us that damn sequel, Disney, you know, or something like that. And whoever comes up with the best, you know, the best letter or best tweet or something like that, or the most or something, we'll have to calculate it or do something with it, you know. So
you'll probably need a judging panel.
Yes, probably so. And Maxie, you'll have to be on it since you're a writer.
No, I don't want to be on the judging panel because then I can't win.
I was about to say, like, nope, entering.
So that'll be fun, though. I think we'll have a good time doing that one. So.
Only people who already have a Hot Toys Elite can be on the judging panel. I feel that's only fair.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Does it count if it's still sealed?
You and Angelus and Gran, because you've all got Hot Toys Elite.
Oh yeah.
It's still sealed though.
Well, I think Cran wants me to sell one of mine so she can get it. So. But that's not happening.
Speaking of which, did you guys see that Daft Toys outfit set that people are starting to get?
No.
Mm-hmm. The one that linked on news last week.
Yeah, the Hunter. Yeah, I'm still debating. Bless you. I'm still debating buying it just because I don't know. Mine's still in the box.
Yours is still in the box?
Still sealed.
What's in the box?
Well, it's supposed to be worth more that way, isn't it, Cran?
Yeah, but.
But you don't get to enjoy it, do you?
Not like you're ever gonna sell it. I mean, come on.
Well, pretty much, yeah. Most likely. If I ever have to sell, it'll be for a big reason. It'll be a big lot or something. I don't know. I don't know. It's like, so do I spend $110 on the outfit, or do I be an adult?
No, don't be adult. Don't be an adult, Cran.
Max would say I should spend that money on getting a drawing tablet.
Yes.
That would make a whole lot of sense.
Yeah, it would.
Haven't you had the drawing tablet in your checkout trolley for like a year now or something?
I'll make it even worse. I actually have a gift card for it.
Oh, well, see, Grant, if you did that, you could do more commissions.
Yeah, but I mean, it's pretty much paid for. It's on a gift card. I just haven't bought it yet because I know it'll come and it'll stay sealed in the box.
Oh, Lordy. Does Rido give you a hard time about that, about getting that stuff and not opening it up?
No, because he's smart and doesn't want to lose his
No, he does. He was saying the other day, like, we really should go through, our books and our DVDs and stuff and get rid of it. He's like, there's a movie right there that has been sealed for 5 years. I'm like, but I'll get to it one day. I'm not kidding you. I've got movies that are still in plastic from 5 years ago.
Yeah, wow, Cran.
Where is your socks?
What's in this box? I don't know. Oh, look, it's still sealed books and movies I don't remember buying.
Is that a kind of a secondary symptom of drinking too much Kraken or what?
No, just being an item whore.
Is it possible to drink too much Kraken? I really think we should have a stream on that.
No, it is.
Oh, okay.
No, there isn't. I mean, don't you guys remember when I had that pot of straight Kraken followed by a tablespoon of Vegemite?
Oh, Lord.
No, that actually goes well together, but
Vegemite and Kraken?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I haven't tried that.
There's a reason.
Kraken and B-Mite.
So does it become like an alcoholic protein shake?
I mean, I haven't tried mixing them together. I just ate some and then took a shot.
Speaking of B-Mite, have you got your Volume 7 Mars Chronicles yet, Creaky?
Yes, I have.
Have you read it?
Not yet. I'm going to read it after we get off the stream here. That's for sure.
So Creaky, I'm not asking you to jump forward because it's a good story, but final panel, man, that is who I thought it was.
I told you.
You told me.
Okay,
yes.
now I'm not going to do that. I'm going to read it from start to finish.
I will say,
it's about fucking time.
Yeah.
I will say the back of the book is a little bit annoying where it says include special extras after the story, and it's all advertisements.
Well,
Like that's what?
I'll just go right by that. I don't read that shit.
It's the last. Yeah, I don't. That's just wow. Yeah, there's like literally like 10 plus pages of advertisements.
Yeah.
Maybe he was planning to do something and didn't get to it because he was too busy playing computer games.
Yeah, I've heard he's doing that.
Well, look, we don't want him to work too hard and drop dead like certain other manga artists.
Now, I heard somewhere he's working on a volume 8. Is that right?
He's 3 chapters into it.
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh, goody! I got something to look forward to.
I have read those chapters too. Thank you, Cranberry.
You're very welcome.
I just wish he'd get on with it.
Speaking of reading chapters, Creaky.
Oh, I know what's coming.
No, yeah, no, I haven't read any more of Maxie's. I'm going to get on that one too.
It's reading time.
Yeah, I think the last one everything was a week ago yesterday. I think I read 4, wasn't it? Something like that. Chapter 4. Yeah.
What about you, Angelus? Have you read any more? No, I've been training for work. I don't have time.
Yeah.
Well, that's my excuse anyway.
Yeah, I know. I know that's your excuse.
Cool.
But I mean, I actually picked it up fairly quickly than I thought I would. So, yeah, like I said, aside from in this particular order, ordering volume 7, I was about to say episode 7 then. And then after that, finally getting the frame for Cran's commission, because COVID took that away as well, bastards. And then after that, there's one more piece of Alita merch I was going to get. I forget now. But there was a third one before I got into more general life stuff.
A full-size blow-up Alita love doll? Was that it?
There's an Alita blow-up doll? That's right. We talked about this, didn't we?
No, there's a sex doll. There's not a blow-up doll.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, well, that sounds interesting, but that's not the Creeps thing. Yeah, it's not my thing, but I guess
I was just giving Angelus a hard time, but he didn't respond, so I'm guessing he's getting one.
Well, I would say this about it: if I was going to do anything like that, then it would be with the Alita doll. But no, that's not my thing. So.
Or you could get Rotten's body pillow design.
Oh, she does body
which I think
pillows?
Cranberry must have from that laugh.
I'm waiting on the Zex one.
Oh my God! Oh my God, Cran, you're getting a Zex.
Yeah.
That is, you know what? That is cool.
Let's talk about sex, baby.
Yeah, we have gone to some strange places on this conversation.
Hey, you told me to come on. Your fault.
No, we're glad you came.
Mm-hmm.
We're glad. Yeah.
We can't say no to the Elite Army Princess.
Yeah, the Elite Army Princess. Yes. All right, guys. Well, I guess. Go ahead, man. Was there something?
Isn't Sailor Moon like a princess?
Princess Serenity, yeah. Well, they all are technically princess of their planets or galaxies or anything else. Hey, Dee Dee.
Oh, we got a rabbit.
Yep.
Now a rabbit on the stream, don't we? So that's
Want to
cool.
say hello, Dee Dee? Come here. Come here.
You gonna share your screen on this so we can see her?
No, I don't have my thing hooked up.
Oh, you don't have it hooked up?
Nah.
Oh.
I wonder. Hold on. Maybe I can.
Ash Blackburn, yeah, that's cool. Den getting him a protein drink or a health drink or something like that, so he keep him alive, so he'll write some more. That's pretty good. Okay, well, we beat this horse to death, I guess. Anyway, that's our girl right there. Or not girl. She's not a girl. This is a woman right here. And this lady is #1 in the Creeks book right here in terms of being an actress and being Alita. That's, she's definitely made it happen. And we know why this image is here, don't we? Because
you like it.
like it. That's exactly right. And I'm only here for our girl and the Alita army. So
and Cranberry's screen right now.
Ah, okay.
They're the bunny.
What is it?
Dee.
Let me
Oops.
what's going on here? Why did it there
She
it
dropped
is.
out and came back again.
Let's do this then.
Bunny.
Yay.
Sweetie, come here.
God, that's wild. She looked at you when you said that. She knows her name. And she don't give a crap about the stream. I can see that right now.
No. Let's see if I can get her. Petey, come here. Good girl. Come here. Say hello.
Wabbited.
Damn, that's wild. She knows her name.
Yeah.
I didn't think rabbits would know their names. But
Why'd you call me? Where's the food?
Pretty
Yeah.
much. Hey, girl. It's a mess because it's a rabbit area.
I thought you might have actually been unpacking some of your stuff that you've left.
No, that's all. That's all toys.
unpacking your stuff, like some of that merch you bought still sealed. She is cute.
She's a good girl. All right, you
It
gonna
looks
go
a
away
bit
now?
like the bunny from Monty Python.
Yeah. Damn, she's like a dog. Likes being petted too, huh?
Mm-hmm.
So she don't have anything to do with the boy rabbit, huh?
Not right now.
Good for
I
you,
can't-
girl.
I can't get the camera out to him, but
Yeah, that's all right.
he's my good girl.
I think Ash Blackburn likes bunnies.
Yeah.
Or maybe he likes bunny senpais. Bunny girl senpai.
Well, this is the first time we've had a rabbit on the stream, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
I wonder if you could make a little Cruella. No, that's Cruella's the other one. Crayola wig for her.
Oh, I don't know if she would handle that.
Rabbits cosplaying manga characters.
Oh
Now,
my gosh.
There's a new Reddit.
A rabbit cosplayer. I would have thought, Cran, you'd have named a boy rabbit Bugs.
No,
Yeah, Bugs Bunny.
no, it's Luera. Louis for short.
I might have to name one of my rabbits out here under the deck, although I'll never get to pet them. But I might name one Bugs, and who knows what I'll name the other one. So,
That'd be cute.
Yeah.
You could call the other one Roger.
Yeah,
Yeah,
let's do
Roger
that.
Rabbit. Yeah, that's right.
Well, it's gonna be a male and a female out there.
Oh, I hope
Roger.
not.
Wasn't there a female rabbit with Bugs Bunny? I remember there was a
Lola Bunny.
Lola.
Yeah, Lola, yeah. Yeah, Bugs had a crush on Lola. At least in Space Jam he did. So,
Well, did you see her? Mwah!
yeah.
Yeah, she was hot.
Yeah, I'd say for a rabbit, she looked pretty good. All right, guys. Well, I guess we
Gonna say bye-bye?
Is she a bunny girl or a girl bunny? That's confusing.
she's a girl bunny.
She
But
just
she'll
let me
stay
do this
there.
all day. Oh yeah.
Yeah, she'll stay there all that time, you know. Yep. Cool. All right, guys. Oops, I accidentally knocked Cran off. Didn't mean to do that, Cran. Uh-oh. Something happened to Cran's feed. It says device. Oh, there she is. Okay.
I guess when you unhook your camera, it completely shuts you off for a second.
Okay. Okay, guys. Well, anyway, we can't go without saying a little bit about tomorrow's stream. It's going to be really cool. It's going to be it's going to be great. It's going to be a lot of fun, man.
All we need is contestants. If you want to test out your Alita Army trivia,
do we not have any contestants? I thought we had some.
Not yet.
Wait, what?
Nobody stepped up yet.
Well, what we'll have to do then is the Creek will have to send out a bunch of DMs. You know,
I would, but I'm working. Like always.
Well, Kunstler, you'd be good on this, wouldn't you?
I would if I wasn't working.
Chakasiki.
Yeah, that work can get really inconvenient.
Well, I'm trying to start my own business and do things at my turn.
Yeah,
that's true.
I invited Cranberry to participate, but I don't know if that's going to happen.
If I can keep myself awake, I'll be there. But
well, I'll send you a DM anyway, Corinne.
Yeah.
So I'm going to be the stream manager.
I am like the worst at trivia, though. You ask me a question, I go,
Well, I'm working on a way to do it, and I'm wondering if we can do something with Google Forms, and everybody who's in the chat can log into it and put their answers in.
Yeah, how would we do that? I mean, because they'd have to have a different form, because everybody couldn't be updating the same form like you would a database. You'd have to. It'd be hard to keep up with.
I mean, you literally could have people in the chat just do it on the live chat, right?
Yeah, the problem with that is that if one person says an answer first and they're correct, then everyone else can just copy it. So it's kind of hard to keep it legit, as it were.
But if it's the same form on the Google Doc, aren't they all going to kind of see what everyone else was typing?
Yeah.
I'm not sure how that works. Like, there's obviously systems out there where you can do an entry into a form and then it saves it to a database. But
yeah,
that'll be a fair amount of work.
Well, you have to have what's called a lock manager before you can do that. Where everybody updates the same file. So
the only other way I was thinking of is whoever's hosting, like asking the questions hosting, because like you'd have like a team name, or like your buzzer would be whatever your name is. It's like Angelus would be my buzzer, and going off the lag, if you will, of whoever's hosting, they have final say on who got in there first. So if it sounded like Angelus and Cranberry got in there at the same time, but despite how long or short the names are, if it sounded like the K snuck in there first, then Cranberry would get first dibs of answering it.
Well,
and if they don't get the answer right, or if they can't remember, then it goes to
you're sort of going on game show versus trivia. Trivia generally, like pub trivia, you write your answers down, and you have time to discuss it with your team and stuff like that. It's not a first thing kind of deal. I think that a lot of this stuff. Well, the thing is, people can Google things as well. So
yeah, that's it.
They might get around it that way as well. But yeah, there's lots of ways to fiddle the system.
Yeah, I wonder if we could have used something like SurveyMonkey or something like that to do this.
Oh yeah, I mean that we could try that. I mean, we can discuss this after the stream. We don't have to go to people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, well, anyway, I guess it's time to bring the old stream to a close here, and I guess what we'll do is the old call to action. By the way, the
Yeah.
Radio Chaos stream is going to be at 9 p.m. GMT, so everybody just set your clocks accordingly. So, but it's going to be a lot of fun, I think. Who's going to be the host? Is that going to be you, Maxie, or Angelus?
Well, it all depends. I mean, Angelus loves asking questions like this. He's actually the reason this topic came about, because he kept. We were sitting in Discord and he was watching the movie and he started dropping these questions into Discord, and I was trying to remember the answers to them, and I got a couple of them wrong, and I'm going like, yeah, this would actually make a really good trivia thing if we could do a leader trivia thing. And he said, yeah, let's do it. So it's actually Angelus was the instigator of this idea, as much as, he started doing it. He didn't bring it up as a possibility for an Alita stream, but he was sort of like the impetus for it.
Well, it looks like you've been drafted there, Angelus.
So he likes asking questions.
I think the Creek came up with one question. So,
woo!
Yeah.
I gotta sit down tonight and get the Kraken out and just have a really hard think. And
yeah, that'll help you come up with questions.
Well, come up with something.
Gotta lubricate. Man. I mean, I've already got a couple of hard questions but you can still Google them. I mean,
yeah.
If you're really quick.
Oh, I love Ash Blackman. It's really funny. Look at Zapan. I mean, he's negative $990. And he's got a pouty face there. I'm behind. That's really funny.
Then you got the Alita army with a respectable 14,000.
Yeah.
Then the Alita with 99.
Yeah, well, we can't beat our girl. She's too good. So.
And look how smiley she is. She's like, yeah, I'm kicking your asses, boys.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, you guys are nothing.
This is pretty standard.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, I guess we'll bring the stream to close, and the Creek's going to do the on three count for film those sequels, baby. That's what we're going to say. And on my count, 1, 2, 3. Film
those sequels, baby.
Okay, good night or good day, and we'll see you next week.